So we started the topic, the senses. So basically, the basic things are covered. So here we have another sense, that is sense of taste. Okay. So sense of taste we will talk today. The receptors for taste are found in taste buds. So we know that the receptors are present in skin and superficial area. Okay. Likewise, the taste. So where we can observe the taste, so we have the tongue. Okay, we have the tongue. On the tongue, the superficial layer, we have taste buds. Okay, you can see here. So basically this is the lungs. So this is the tongue. You can see here, this is the tongue. Okay, you can see here, this is the tongue. So basically these are the area where we can observe the senses of taste. So let's see in another image. So basically this is one image, or you can see here. Which one is good? I think this is the good one. So this is the image of our tongue. So basically these are the taste buds are present. So in different area we have different taste. Okay. So you can see this is the place, the yellowish color seen in the picture will see the bitter taste. तो यहाँ पर देखिए आप जबान को देख सकते हैं, जबान के मुख्तलिफ हिस्सों में मुख्तलिफ टेस्ट आपको देखने को मिलता है। तो यहाँ पर येलोइश कलर का आप कलर देख रहे हैं, जो कड़वापन, ठीक है। और ये हरा वाला जो है खट्टा, और ये ब्लू कलर का, नीला कलर का जो है साल्ट, एंड स्वीट we can taste by this area. So different area have different taste. So basically this is the bitter taste, sour taste, salty taste, and sweet taste. Okay. So these chemoreceptors detect chemicals in solution in the mouth. The chemicals are foods and the solvent is saliva. If the mouth is very dry, taste is very indistinct. There are five general types of taste receptors: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and savory. Savory, also called umami or glutamate, is a taste like grilled meat. We experience many more different tastes, however, because foods are often complex chemicals that stimulate different combinations of receptors. And the sense of smells also contributes to our perception of food. So basically, we have taste buds. So different area of the tongue have different taste. So we can see bitter taste, sour taste, salty taste, and we have sweet taste. Okay. So basically, other than that, we have, if we mix the food, whatever, just like uh, some tea, some you can taste the coffee. It have bitter taste some, or salty taste, and as well as you will add the sugar in the coffee, so you can observe multiple taste on the tongue. So यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि जबान में डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एरिया के डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टेस्ट, लेकिन कुछ ऐसी चीजें होती हैं कि हम उसमें डिफरेंट फ्लेवर को मिक्स करके उसका एक अलग टेस्ट हमें महसूस होता है। जैसा कि एक एग्जांपल कॉफी है। कॉफी, जो कॉफी का पाउडर आप डालते हैं, उसका कड़वापन रहता है, बिटर होता है, ठीक है। उसमें आप दूध ऐड करते हैं, उसके साथ साथ थोड़ा बहुत आप शक्कर ऐड करते हैं, तो शक्कर और कड़वापन दोनों कंबाइंड होके एक नया फ्लेवर आपको देखने को मिलता है। सो इट कैन ऑल्सो ऑब्जर्व बाय आवर taste buds, by our tongue. Okay. Some preference have been found to be genetic. People with more than the average number of taste buds find broccoli very bitter, whereas people with few taste buds may like the taste. The impulse from the taste buds are transmitted by the facial and glossopharyngeal nerve, seventh and ninth cranial nerve, to the taste areas in the parietal temporal cortex. The sense of taste is important because it makes eating enjoyable. Some medications may interfere with the sense of taste, and these sense becomes less acute as you get older. This may be contributing factors to poor nutrition in certain patients and the elderly. So basically, यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है कि कुछ पर्सन्स में जेनेटिकली यानी पैदाइशी कुछ टेस्ट बड्स ऐसे होते हैं, ज्यादा होते हैं, यानी उनको कड़वा कोई भी चीज खाएंगे तो जल्दी वो कड़वाहट महसूस करेंगे। कुछ पेशेंट्स कुछ पर्सन्स ऐसे होते हैं, उनको मिठास जल्दी महसूस हो जाएगी। ठीक है, कड़वा जल्दी महसूस नहीं होगा, तो वो कड़वा कितना भी कड़वा खाएंगे तो उन्हें महसूस नहीं होगा। ठीक है। तो कुछ कुछ पर्सन्स के साल्ट एरिया जो है उसके रिसेप्टर ज्यादा एक्टिवेट होते हैं, जिसलिए वो थोड़ा सा भी अगर नमक खा लेंगे तो उनको खट्टा खट्टा नजर आएगा, नमकीला नजर आएगा। तो कहेंगे कि भाई सालन में इतना नमक क्यों डाला आपने। वो कहेंगे कि भाई आप शक्कर में आपने नमक क्यों डाला। हम्म। आपने सालन इतना कड़वा क्यों बनाया। तो क्यों है ये, इसलिए कि उनके टेस्ट बर्ड्स जो है ज्यादा एक्टिव है। सो सम पर्सन्स हैव very reactive or more number of taste buds. So they feel that they have bitter taste. So if they eat some bitter things, okay, so they will feel very bitter taste. Okay, if some persons have uh, salty taste, they if you put some salt on the food, so what will they do? Don't put a large amount of salt on the food. Why? Because they have the area of the salty of on the tongue. Taste buds have sensory receptors, more taste receptors are there. Okay, so there's the reason the persons will tell about that. Okay, so this is the one of things. So taste is taken away from the nerve, that is cranial nerve number seventh and ninth. So which nerve help for the uh, taste, that is facial and glossopharyngeal nerve. Facial and glossopharyngeal nerve. So from that, the taste area is parietal temporal cortex. So let's see the image. We will have good imagination. Taste area in cerebral cortex. You can see that this is the area where we can observe the taste. So basically, if the old age comes, the taste buds and the taste receptors which took the uh, taste away from the tongue will decrease. So that's the reason in old age what will happen. They will complain that whatever we are eating, we are not getting the amount of taste. And in some people who ate who took medications like antibiotic, okay, or any other medications, so what will happen, the medicine effect on the taste buds is seen. So that's the reason what will they complain, they will complain that I doesn't have any taste, okay, I am unable to eat the food. Why this is happening? Because of the medications. Okay, so this is all about smell, sense of taste. So now we will talk about sense of smell. Sense of smell also is that the receptors which are present on the nose in the nasal cavity. Okay, so basically this is the nasal cavity. Okay. You can see this is the nasal cavity. Here we have olfactory receptors. These are the receptors. Okay, and these are the olfactory nerves. Okay, these are the olfactory bulb. Okay, this is the olfactory nerve is also going to the brain. Okay, So basically, these are the receptors in the nasal cavity. So if the any air enter into nasal cavity, it will touch to the receptors. So what will they do? The receptors will take this sensation to the brain, and brain will realize what type of smell is that. Okay, what type of smell is that? So here we have, there are also specific scent receptors, and research indicate that humans have several hundred different receptors which stimulate by vapor molecule. Olfactory receptor generate impulse carried by the olfactory nerve. So basically, this is the first cranial nerve, olfactory, whatever smell we are taking, through the ethmoid bone to the olfactory bulb. The pathway for this impulse and in the olfactory area of the temporal lobes. Vapors may stimulate many combination of receptors, and it has been estimated the human brain is capable of distinguishing among 10,000 different scents that may seem impressive, but the human sense of smell is very purely developed compared to those of the other animals. Dogs, for example, have a sense of smell about 2,000 times more acute than that of people, as mentioned earlier. However, much of what we call taste is actually the smell of food. If you have a cold and your nasal cavity is stuffed up, food just does not taste as good as it does, usually does. Adaptation occurs relatively quickly with orders. Present scents may be sharply distinct at first, but rapidly seem to dissipate or fade. And even unpleasant scents may fade with long exposure. So what happened that we have the receptors in the olfactory area. This is the nasal cavity. From that, the air or any vapor will enter into this area, olfactory area, and it will reach to the olfactory bulb from that olfactory area in the brain. So why this happening? Because we have receptors. We have receptors. So basically, uh, in the human, we can see, we can, we can capable for smell 10,000 different types of scents. So it is very good. We can, we have the idea. We can smell 10,000 different senses, but animals have more than this capability. ओके, सो यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है कि जो हमारे सेंस है, सेंस ऑफ स्मेल है, हम जो सूंघते हैं, ठीक है, सूंघने के हम 10,000 से भी ज्यादा डिफरेंट तरह के सेंट्स या फिर वैरायटी के स्मेल को स्मेल कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। लेकिन जानवरों में ये 2,000 गुना बढ़ जाता है कि वो लोग अब हमसे भी ज्यादा, यानी 2,000 माने, 2,000 के माने यानी 10,000 है, तो वो लोग 10,000 इंटू 2,000 करिए, यानी 20 लाख के करीब करीब डिफरेंट स्मेल को स्मेल कर सकते हैं वो लोग। तो ये किसके लिए है? ये एनिमल्स के लिए। तो इसीलिए सबसे ज्यादा सेंस ऑफ स्मेल है डॉग के पास। तो इसीलिए उसको क्या करते हैं आप, हम पुलिस में इसको इस्तेमाल करते हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ मिलिट्री इसको इस्तेमाल करते हैं, ताकि सेंस कर सके कि ये चीज कहाँ से है, ये किसके पर्सन के पास है, या फिर किस एरिया से ये स्मेल है, ताकि उस चीज को पहचान सके। ओके, सो एनिमल्स हैव मोर देन ह्यूमन सेंस। ओके, सो but sometime what will happen, you have cold, you have any cough, so what will happen? So the nerves which are present here, the receptors which are present is blocked. सो क्या हो जाते हैं? ये ब्लॉक हो जाते हैं। ब्लॉक होने की वजह से आपका जो स्मेल है, आपका जो एयर है, जो वेपर है, यहाँ तक नहीं पहुंच सकता। सो दैट द रीजन व्हाट विल हैपन, यू आर अनेबल टू स्मेल whatever food you will get from the chicken kitchen. So what will happen, that you are unable to eat. Okay, so there's the, what is the reason behind that? Because of the sense receptors, the smell receptors are covered by mucous membrane. Okay, so here we understood, we completed sense of smell. Now we will talk about hunger and thirst. How this is also a sensation. Okay, your brain. he will giving a sensation that you are having the hunger. The brain, you are the brain, the giving you an sensation that you have thirst. तो यहाँ पे देखिए हंगर और थर्स्ट भी क्या है, एक सेंसेशन है। ठीक है, यानी वो महसूस होती है आपको, भूख लगी, चलो भाई भूख लगी खाना खाएंगे, ये महसूस हुआ आप। प्यास लगी, जबान सुकरा, चलो भाई पानी पी लीजिए। ओके, जस्ट लाइक आई एम ड्रिंकिंग वाटर, वाई बिकॉज आई हैव थर्स्ट, माय माउथ इज ड्राइंग। ओके, so how this happens, let's talk about that. Hunger and thirst may be the called visceral sensation. So this sensation is not cutaneous sensation, but it is visceral sensation, means ये जो अंदरूनी तौर पर आपको सेंसेशन मिल रही है, फीलिंग मिल रही है, अंदर से आ रही है। In they in that they are triggered by internal changes. Hunger is a sensation that seems to be far more complex than I was first thought, but thirst seem to be somewhat simpler. The receptor for these senses are specialized cells in the hypothalamus. Receptors for hunger are believed to detect changes in blood nutrient levels, the blood levels of the hormones from the stomach and small intestine, and hormone released by adipose tissue. All of these chemical signs are collected by the hypothalamus. The receptors for thirst detect changes in the body water content, which is actually the water to salt proportion. Naturally, you do not feel this sensation in the hypothalamus. They are projected. Hunger is projected to the stomach, which contracts. Thirst is projected to the mouth and pharynx, and less saliva is produced. So basically, here what is telling that the hunger and thirst area or specialized cells are present in hypothalamus. We will see where is hypothalamus. First thing. Second thing is that we have receptors in the stomach, in the intestine, in the blood. So always they are roaming that is there any deficiency of the nutrients? If is there any deficiency of hormones in the blood? So if they detect, there is deficiency, so it will give sensation to the stomach. It will not directly give sensation to the brain, but it will give sensation to the stomach. From the stomach, the sensation reach to the brain, and brain will realize that you need food to eat. Okay. सो यहाँ पे क्या बताया जा रहा है कि चाहे वो प्यास लगना हो या फिर भूख लगना हो, तो कैसा होता है कि ब्लड में और स्टमक के पास और इंटेस्टाइन के पास और आपके गले के पास कुछ रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं। वो क्या करते हैं, उनका काम क्या है, देखना पानी कम तो नहीं हो गया जिसम में। हाँ, जिसम में आपकी जो न्यूट्रिशन है, आपकी जो जरूरियात है, वो कम तो नहीं हो गए। ठीक है, या फिर कोई हार्मोन तो कम नहीं हो गया। तो उनको डिटेक्ट करना, जैसा ही कम होगा तो वो क्या करेगा, अपने अपने एरिया के रिसेप्टर्स को वो क्या करेगा, इंडिकेट करेगा। यानी अब भूख लगी तो आपके ब्लड में ब्लड न्यूट्रिशन कम हो गए, तो रिसेप्टर्स क्या करेंगे, स्टमक को बताएंगे। यही रिसेप्टर्स इंटेस्टाइन को बताएंगे। जो मुंह मुंह के अंदर रिसेप्टर्स है वो बताएंगे, मुंह आपके माउथ में क्या है, ड्राइनेस आ गया, तो आप क्या करिए, पानी पीजिए। तो माउथ से वो सेंसेशन हाइपोथैलेमस में जाएगी। So naturally, you do not feel the sensation in the hypothalamus. They are projected. Okay. Hunger is projected to the stomach, which contracts. Thirst is projected to the mouth and pharynx, and less saliva is produced. If not satisfied eating, the sensation of hunger gradually diminishes. That is, adaptation occurs. The reason is that after blood nutrient levels decreases, they become stable as fat in adipose tissue used for anger and energy, with little or no digest active in the gastrointestinal tract. Secretions of hormones diminishes with no sharp fluctuations of the chemical signals. The receptors in the hypothalamus have few changes to detect, and hunger becomes much less intense. In contrast, the sensation of thirst is not satisfied, that drinking continues to worsen. There is no adaptation. As body water is lost, the amount keeps decreasing and does not stabilize. Therefore, there are constant changes for the receptors to detect, and prolonged thirst may be painful. So basically, what will happen? They will give the sensation to the stomach, intestine, mouth, everywhere in the body. So if you doesn't eat the food, if you doesn't drink the water, what will happen? It will adjust by using adipose tissue. So you have fat, so it will take the energy from the fat. The fat metabolism will occur. Okay. If you doesn't drink the water, what will happen? You doesn't get saliva. So it will not give the water to all other parts of the body. Okay. So wherever necessary, the water is utilized by the organs. Okay. So what will happen? Prolonged things will happen. So the patient will get any giddiness. Okay. Any thirstness. Okay. Sometimes burning micturition. Urine will burn. सो यहाँ पे बताया जा रहा है कि अगर आपको भूख लगी तो आपने खाना नहीं खाया, अगर आपको प्यास लगी आपने पानी नहीं पिया, तो क्या होगा? आपके बॉडी का जो फैट है वो यूटिलाइज किया जाएगा एनर्जी के लिए। जो भी फैट है, जहां जहां भी स्टोर है, खासकर आपके स्टमक रीजन पे, बटक के रीजन पे, तो ये पूरा यूटिलाइज किया जाएगा। ठीक है। अगर पानी भी आप नहीं पीएंगे तो क्या होगा? पानी पहले फूक निकलना कम हो जाएगा, यूरिन आना बंद हो जाएगा, कम हो जाएगा, पसीना कम हो जाएगा, पहले स्टार्टिंग में ये होगा। तो जैसा जैसा वक्त गुजरेगा, फिर आपको यूरिन एकदम बर्निंग के साथ आएगी, आपका स्किन ड्राई हो जाएगा, आपके होंठ ड्राई हो जाएंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि जो वाइटल ऑर्गन्स है, हार्ट है, ब्रेन है, वो ज्यादा इस्तेमाल करेंगे पानी। सो डायरेक्ट उसके बाद क्या होगा? वो पानी भी अगर कम हो जाएगा तो आपके बॉडी के अंदर फिर एकदम आपका ब्लड ब्लड लेवल कम हो जाएगा, बीपी कम हो जाएगा। ठीक है। उसके बाद आपको चक्कर आना शुरू होगा। ये सब चीजें आहिस्ता आहिस्ता स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे। तो दिस इज द थर्स्ट एंड हंगर। सो हमें भूख कैसे लगती है, हमें प्यास कैसे लगती है, इसके बारे में हम लोगों ने जाना। चलिए, हाइपोथैलेमस कहाँ पे, एक बार आप देख लीजिए। वेर इज हाइपोथैलेमस? सो दिस इज द हाइपोथैलेमस। दिस इज स्ट्रक्चर लाइक egg. Hmm? This is the hypothalamus here. You can see here hypothalamus. You can see below the this we have hypothalamus. Thalamus. This is the thalamus. This is hypothalamus. Okay. Next we have the eye. So another eye sensation is projecting the light. So we have to talk about detail about eyes, how it works, how we have different uh, things, and then we have to talk about the ear. So let's talk about eye. So basically, uh, just to will see, uh, just we will see the basic things. What are the content present in the eye? So we will talk about the eye, eyelids and the lacrimal apparatus, eyeball, okay, and layers of the eyeball, and we have subtopic cataract. What is cataract? We will talk about cavities of the eyeball, okay, and we will also talk about physiology of the vision, how vision will uh, get into our eyes and it will reach to the brain. Next, we will talk about glaucoma, errors of the refraction, night blindness. Okay, so these are the things we will talk in the eye. Okay, so we will conclude here only. Tomorrow we will talk about the topic eye. Okay, any doubts you can ask.